Hello, James Tobin here. I feel like I've been doing a lot of cooking in my apartment, not just to eat, but also for weekend sunrise while we're in quarantine here. It's roasted Dutch carrots, but we're doing it in a bit of a Middle Eastern style. So we're gonna have some cumin and coriander and then make a pesto, but not a basil pesto. We're using the carrot tops and coriander. So this is really in the Oz Harvest no food wastage idea, because we're not wasting the carrot tops, because 35% of Australian rubbish in the kitchen bin is wasted food. So we're gonna reserve those tops and we're gonna make the pesto with that. So let's start by cutting those green tops off. I'm gonna leave a little bit of green on there just because it looks great. We'll put that aside for the pesto with the coriander. Okay, so the carrots are really simple. Just a baking tray, lay the carrots out. I'm just gonna sprinkle that with a bit of cumin, a bit of coriander powder because we're using the coriander in the pesto. Generous pinch of salt. Salt Bay. And then a generous amount of good Australian olive oil. And then we get our hands dirty. Just making sure the carrots are nice and evenly coated. And that is good to go into the oven, 200 for about 20 minutes. So while those carrots are roasting away, we're gonna make the pesto. Now obviously pesto is more traditionally a basil pesto, but we're gonna use the carrot tops and the coriander. I'm just gonna roughly chop them in order to put them in the food processor. Okay, so now I'm just gonna chuck everything in. Next up, 3 cloves of garlic. Now we're gonna grate in some Parmesan, just as much as you like. Let's say roughly 60 grams, but whatever you're feeling like. Then a good glug of olive oil, 100, 150 mils, maybe a third of a cup, and a good pinch of salt. Then we're gonna close it up and start blitzing. So just going on look, I think I'm just gonna add a bit more oil. And now when you're happy with the texture and the consistency, I'm gonna add the toasted pine nuts because I only want them to break down a little bit because we still want that texture of the nut in there. There are our Dutch carrots out of the oven. So to serve, we're gonna lay some yogurt down in the serving dish. So now I'm gonna bring the pesto over. I'm just gonna put some on the carrots. I'm gonna mix them in with my hands. Obviously, once they've cooled down a little bit, just gonna lay them down just any way they go. I love this dish. I think it looks great, but also you feel so good because you've used all of the carrot. So lastly, I'm just gonna take a few more of those toasted pine nuts. I'm just gonna loosely crush those with my knife. Just sprinkle that on top. And then lastly, a nice drizzle with some olive oil. Looks great in the yogurt. And there you go, roast Dutch carrot with carrot top and coriander pesto. Looks great, and you're reducing food waste. With so many Australian families doing it tough at the moment, if you can donate to ozharvest.org, please do. $1 can make 2 meals. If you can't, let's do our bit with food waste.